December 1941. Across the vast waters of the Pacific, the power of the United States Navy was on the move. No one knew that within just a few hours, history was about to change forever. This is the story of USS Astoria, CAR-34, USS Portland, CAR-33, and Task Force 12, a force that sailed out on an important mission just 2 days before the attack on Pearl Harbor. On the morning of December 5, 1941, the waters of Pearl Harbor were calm. Task Force 12 stood ready for its next assignment. At the heart of this force were USS Lexington, a massive aircraft carrier, USS Chicago, USS Portland, USS Astoria, and 5 destroyers, Porter, Mahan, Drayton, Lamson, and Flusser. Their mission was simple yet important: deliver aircraft to Midway Island. A routine task. And no one had the slightest idea that within hours, the world would be engulfed in war. On the night of December 6, the sea was quiet. On the deck of USS Astoria, a few sailors were working, some were resting, and others stared out into the dark horizon. Photographer Bob Landry captured rare images during this voyage, now preserved in the Life magazine archives. Among them, a striking view of USS Astoria photographed from USS Portland, 2 massive steel warships silently cutting through the Pacific waters. On the morning of December 7, around 0800 hours, an emergency message hit the radios of TF-12, Pearl Harbor is under attack. At first, no one believed it. But as more transmissions came in, the truth became undeniable. Japan had launched its strike. The heart of the American Pacific Fleet was burning. And in that moment, Task Force 12 abandoned its original mission. They were no longer delivering aircraft to Midway. Now their new purpose was clear: find the Japanese carrier group. USS Lexington's captain immediately ordered a course change. The heavy cruisers, Portland and Astoria, formed a protective screen around the carrier. The destroyers ran their sonar at full alert, watching for any submarine threat. The United States had not yet officially entered the war, but for Task Force 12, the war had already begun. At 0900 hours on the morning of December 8, another warship appeared over the horizon, USS Indianapolis, CAR-35. Indianapolis joined TF-12, and with its arrival came a major change. Vice Admiral Wilson Brown, onboard Indianapolis, assumed command of the entire task force. With this, TF-12 became stronger, more organized, and fully prepared for what lay ahead, a force now ready to confront the Japanese fleet somewhere across the endless Pacific. For the next several days, TF-12 searched the Pacific for the Japanese carriers. USS Astoria and the other ships used their radar, sonar, and scout aircraft to sweep the ocean. Every sailor, every officer, every crewman knew the enemy had just destroyed Pearl Harbor. They could appear at any moment. In the vast emptiness of the Pacific, TF-12 did not find the Japanese fleet, but their actions became an essential part of the US Navy's immediate response to the outbreak of war. These were the moments when the United States began its rise as a global power. USS Astoria, USS Portland, USS Lexington, and the rest of TF-12 were stepping into a war that would reshape the Pacific for decades. The attack on Pearl Harbor changed everything. And Task Force 12, already at sea, became the first American naval force to respond, vigilant, determined, and moving forward to meet the enemy. This is a story of courage, duty, and the silent hours on the ocean that helped turn the tide of world history.